And when you consider what David Moyes has done, I just looking back, like it was last year he took over in January from Sean Dyche. They were 16th in the Premier League table. He has transformed them. He talked at the beginning about, we don't want to be looking over our shoulder. We want to be looking at European spots. And at the time, it was like, wow, hang on a minute. But he's done it. He's done it. And you say about all the number of games, that's probably one of the most, I don't know, inspired or most emotionally satisfying moments he's probably had, going around there, singing that song, cheering the fans. The polar opposites in emotions, and these two football clubs at the end of that game is stark. And Liam Rosenior, he's got to have a rethink.
Yeah, we'll get to Chelsea in a second, but let's just stay on David Moyes, shall we? Because we so often go to the big club that loses, but this is very much about David Moyes.
Yeah, and over, say, the 20-odd years I can think of David Moyes, his teams have a similar style, a similar trait. This is a more modern version of the teams that Tim Howard was in, and Mikel Arteta was in, that you have a structure, that you have a way of playing, that everybody understands that, buys into that, Beck. So that's whether we're winning 5-0 or losing 5-0. And the scenes at the end show you that despite Chelsea's size and the cups they've won and things, there's a connection at Everton that Chelsea's still searching to find with this new try and find a manager who can bring this all together in the way that Moyes has at Everton.
Robbie, you said Chelsea need a rethink and a reset. How big is it?
Well, first off, Liam Rosenior, that's going to take some explaining, because we know he's a very good talker, media trained, but a lot of the stuff he's talked about, and the more games go by, the more evidence we have. Is that 19 games now?
19 games,
for Rosenior. And if you look through the list, Aston Villa away was a good win. Napoli away, an important part of the Champions League, that's a good win. Other than that, kind of expected to win. And now we're seeing the tougher games. And this is a bad look for the progressive, proactive, you know, the thoughts and the style he's bringing in. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea is better than this one. And that's got to be difficult for the owners to realise right now. Of course, there's time, but everybody who's been waiting to get into this guy are going to do even more now. And the Chelsea fans, you talk about connection.
Yeah.
He's going to lose it with them.
Well, most of them had left before the end, Rob.
I mean, the media are waiting for Liam Rosenior. If you come in the manner that he's come in, if you come in with some of the things that he's done and the things that he said, you better win football matches, because if you don't, we know what the British media is like, and in some ways the British public, and they'll be on his backs. That today was as poor a representation of Chelsea as you can want, with the amount of money they've spent. And you can talk about kids and you can talk about immaturity. They were beaten by a much better team in Everton. 3-0 wins after what's happened in the Champions League. Liam Rosenior's got a few things to answer to.
$1.3 billion spent in the last 2.5 years at Chelsea. When we hear from Liam Rosenior or David Moyes, whichever speaks first, we will bring you that interview. But Everton 3, Chelsea 0. What a scoreline.
Well, here's an indication of the game. Under fire, Robert Sanchez not recognising Beto's closing him down, and Moises Caicedo helps the goalkeeper out. With 33 minutes on the clock, it's a beautiful ball from James Garner into the path of Beto, who gets there, flicks it over the themselves ahead. Just before the break, Chelsea think they're back into the game, and Fernandes with the shot, he thinks he's put that in, and it's a really good save from Jordan Pickford to put it over the top. And then we go into the second half, ball's given away cheaply. There's a turnover from Chelsea, a lot of players out of the picture, and then Idrissa Gana Gueye just rolls it into path of Beto. That's just shot straight at the goalkeeper, but such is the form of Robert Sanchez at the moment, the ball goes through his legs and finds the back of the net. There's the turnover, there's the interception, the white shirts out of position, and Beto just makes a near post run. It's the kind of shot you take, you think, well, that isn't going to go in, but it did. It went through the goalkeeper's legs. Beto gets a brace, and Everton go 2-0 up, and then we get the goal of the game from, I thought, the best player on the pitch, Iliman Ndiaye. Comes inside on his right foot, and as Mr. Howard would say, top bins City for Iliman Ndiaye with the strike. He's going to come inside on his right foot, bend it away from the winners.
Absolute perfection. Chelsea struggling once again. They stay 6th in the table. Disappointment for the Blues and for Liam Rosenior, but Everton are just 2 points behind them in 7th. Fulham against Burnley. Robbie picking this one up in the second half when the action really began.
Yeah, it did. And to be fair to Burnley, they're in this game a long way through it, and it's a really nice finish here from Zion. Fleming here just takes it first time. This first time ball just catches out defenders. It's kind of really quickly put across there. Doesn't give the opportunity of the defenders to get close to their men, and Fleming makes good enough contact to make it 1-0. But of course, Fulham they got their own star players, and this young kid, Josh King, gets his first Premier League goal. You can see the excitement in his face. Goalkeeper mistake. You see there, he thinks he can collect the ball and catch that ball, but he doesn't get to it there, and Josh King gets that first goal. And then we did see this guy take over the game again. He had some opportunities in the first half, Harry Wilson. That left foot is brilliant. Whenever he comes inside, you're in trouble. But there's not a covering player, and there wasn't really a covering player close enough to stop that block. Now, this is a big moment here at 2-1. Big moment. Hartman, the new left full-back there, gets a deflection that's going into the corner. But Leonard, that's a great save. That is a great save. Just fingertips onto it. You have to stretch a little further because of where it ended up. And then this moment in stoppage time here, Laurent is the defender who just pushes Raul Jimenez in the back. He's about to shoot. So it's a foul. It's a denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity because he's not he's not challenging for the ball. So it's a red card. You get all of those things, and you got this double kind of stuttering penalty kick from the Mexican Raul Jimenez, and that was a very nicely taken goal.
Certainly was. Really good result that for Marco Silva's men, coming from behind to beat them by 3-1. Brighton against Liverpool, the early game of the day. Ugo Ekitike off injured after just 3 minutes changed Liverpool's plans.
Yeah, real disappointment for Ekitike, who's done so well, got a club high 11 Premier League goals, but he goes to ground here with a challenge with James Milner. It's just one of those coming together in midfield. It almost looks like hip to hip. Ekitike goes down and came on the pitch but couldn't stay on, and it was quite emotional as he went off in tears. His teammates console him. We'll hope that's not bad news. But Brighton had dominance in the wide areas, and when the ball comes in here, Gomez heads it back across goal. Danny Welbeck's right place, right time to put Brighton 1-0 ahead. We'll have to wait till 30 minutes on the clock. Liverpool get level courtesy of Milos Kerkez, who does really well to read this header from Lewis Dunk. He's heading it back towards his goalkeeper. Kerkez gets there, lifts it over the keeper to the back of the net. Liverpool level at the break. And then into the second half, a beautiful ball from Minter. Hinchelwood keeps the ball alive, and Welbeck is onside. He's behind the ball when it comes. He gets his second goal. That's 12 Premier League goals for him, the most he's ever got in a Premier League season. And he's still got a spring in his step for an old chap.
Certainly has. Still well on Merseyside today. Iliman Ndiaye really finishing off Chelsea and making it 3-0 today at Hill Dickinson Stadium. That is a fourth straight defeat for Liam Rosenior's Chelsea in all competitions. Let's hear from him now.
Liam, would it be fair to say Everton just had more intensity, they looked more organised, they had more spirit, had more energy about them tonight?
Yeah, goals give you energy, and at the moment, we are gifting goals away. We're gifting goals away to poor goals. When we started the game edgy, first 10-15 minutes, a few cheap giveaways, and then we play our way into the game. And it seems to be happening too often the last week, where we've given really, really cheap goals away. And what that does gets the crowd, the energy of the opposition, their confidence goes up. And yeah, in the end, Everton deserved the victory, and it's something that we need to improve very, very quickly.
You said it's been a constant giving these goals away, and it's down to you, isn't it? It's down to you and your coaching team and your setup to try and put an end to this sloppiness.
Yeah, that's 100%. Responsibility and accountability is with me. We played in a different way. We dropped the team a little bit deeper today, worked on a 4-4-2 shape. I felt we were comfortable in the game. That was the first goal we give away was the most comfortable we were. And the difference again in both boxes is they were clinical. The third goal from Ndiaye is a fantastic finish. We had chances, especially in the first half, don't take them, and moments. And if you don't do that in games, you're going to end up losing games of football.
And also, if you don't do that, you're going to be in a situation where you could lose what you're striving to achieve this season. It can ebb away from you, can't it?
It can. We're a point away from the Champions League. So I'm learning about this club. It's a massive club. There's been a lot of noise, a lot of negative noise about, rightfully so, our performances in the last week. We've had 10 games in the league together as a group. We've got 17 points. I think we're fourth in my time. So we have to forget the noise. We have to keep our confidence and our composure. And the international break probably has come at a good time for us to restock, re-energise ourselves and go again for a really important run.
Is emotion taking over as well? Emotion, frustration, mental fatigue. We saw at half-time the reaction because things weren't going your way.
Yeah, the lads want to do really, really well. We want to give everything. I want to give everything to the club. And we are a young group. We are emotional, but it's out of wanting to do really, really well for the team and for the club. It's been a really testing week, physically, psychologically, and it's one we haven't done well enough in, and we have to make sure we put that right in the running.
Can I ask you about Robert Sanchez again? How do you work with him? How do you talk to him? How do you deal with him? Is it a drop in confidence with him right now?
No, I think it's so difficult so quickly after a game to speak about an individual performance. For me, Rob is a top goalkeeper, and goalkeepers have days like this. Pickford makes a world-class save to keep it 1-0.
And that's why he's England number one.
And Rob has played for his country as well. But for me, I think we need to have a real... Now is not a time for talking. It's a time for me and the staff to analyse. The players will go away with their respective countries. When we come back, we'll have a few clear weeks for the first time to work with the team on the training pitch. And within that time, we have to use it really well to lift the level of the performances and the results.
Quiet dressing room in there. It's not that far away.
Very. Head down. It's not a lack of effort. I don't see anyone throwing the towel in. It's not a lack of effort. The lads are trying, but at the moment it's not good enough for where we want to be.
Wow, a lot was said. Robbie Earle, what's your reaction?
There's too much noise around the football club, as the manager says, and he's got to stop amplifying it. He's got to silence it. It's time to let the footballs do the talking. Too much time in media, too many taglines and stories in the huddles. It's about the football. Look what David Moyes does.
Rob?
It is effort. It is lack of effort, and it's more than just moments. It's more than moments. The spirit of the team has got to improve. They've got to have more about them when things don't go so well. It's more than what he said there.